Welcome to the Halftime Podcast, a 15-minute show where two panellists with opposing views must discuss why theirs is the best, and you get to decide the winner.
Hello and welcome back to another Halftime Podcast. I'm Danny Cook, and it's a fantastic evening for me to do this on for a change, and I'm joined by a very worthy panellist who I'll come on to in just a second. Of course, this show is brought to you by halftimecuppa.com, so be sure to check out the site whenever you can. But on to today's format, I am very, very fortunate to be joined by TFF, and when I say TFF, I'm talking about the Football Forecast. I'm joined by a legend of theirs, who is Liam Drury. Now, Liam, it's great to have you on. How are you today? Good evening.
I'm good. Thank you. You?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Now, you are I would say, one of the perfect panellists to have for this topic. We'll come on to why, and I'm sure you'll explain what you get involved in terms of non-league football. But Liam, I'm really glad you're here because you're going to, I'm sure, give off a fantastic insight. So, the main topic for debate in this podcast will be Liam is going to share his views on why non-league football is great. So, Liam, let's kick us off. Why is it so great?
Well, the fact that it's more like a community than like tourism. In like terms of Premier League, like Premier League seems a bit too tourist now, and like more about TV. Whereas non-league football is more about the community. It's more like feels more friendly. Feels a bit more like family than like Premier League clubs do. Like everyone knows everyone in non-league football. It seems like certainly around clubs and that.
Yeah, and is that something that you, as a football fan, you really like and you really value that ability to see and get to know everyone potentially at a football ground?
Yeah, I enjoy it because you can talk to different people every week, like players. They know you by name. They come over and talk to you. They come and shake your hand after games. I'd say it's more enjoyable to me as a person. It appeals to me more than it would to someone else. Okay.
So before we go any further, I think it would make sense to sort of say what non-league team you follow. So do you want to enlighten us with the team that you follow?
Yeah, I follow Western-super-Mare in the National League South.
And why do you follow Western?
In the summer of 2015, I originally asked Western for work experience. And they invited me to go down. I went to some games during that season, but I wasn't involved within the media side of the first team during that season. I was more involved with under 18 stuff. But then in 2016, I got asked to write stuff for the first team, do interviews, match reports, things like that. And yeah, I've just sort of grown into it. Go to most games now.
Go on, carry on.
I did follow Western from about 2012. That was my first game I went to that year. I sort of followed the results, but I never went to many games. But yeah, I've sort of grown into the club, and I enjoy it there now. So I can't think of a start about it.
Oh, glad to hear. My question was, and how sort of easy was it for you to sort of gain this work experience, get into the club? I mean, it kind of seems like a pretty obvious question, but would you get that kind of experience at a football league club or a Premier League club or a championship side?
Not straight away, no. I'd say like National League is probably the highest you could go to get experience, like without any prior experience in like journalism or working for a club. I'd say like League Two possibly. It depends on your sort of like qualifications, whether you're a degree student at uni or you've got a degree in like media or journalism. But I'd say National League's probably the highest you could go for.
Interesting. And yeah, I would agree. Obviously, first-hand experience. I do some work for Lowestoft with their matchday programs, and yeah, again, I love the non-league side of things as well. So we'll come on to talk a little bit more about what's so special about non-league now. So other than you obviously working for the club and sort of having that interest, why do you follow, I suppose, non-league in general?
It probably stems from me doing stuff at Western. Like, you look at the fixtures, the results, you look at how other teams are doing. Same as with Premier League football, I'd say, and like the league. If you support a team in them leagues, then obviously you look at the same results in your league, wouldn't you? So, and
Yeah,
because you could probably go to most towns in the UK and you'd find like a non-league side there. Like, you could probably go to, I don't know, most places in Essex or in and around London, and you find like a team to follow or support. If you moved to like uni in London, I guarantee that there will probably be a non-league side less than 20 miles from where you're going to uni.
So what is it that you, I suppose, really like then? If you had to pick just a few things or something that you really liked about non-league football compared to the Premier League in a nutshell, what would that be and why?
I would say it's about the community and that it's less money driven. Like, the players are there to get experience within playing men's football. If you're like alone, even like a football league club, then they're there to play the football and they don't care about the money at that point in their career. I'd say that's probably the best part.
An obvious, I suppose, objection at the moment would be arguably Billericay. What's your thoughts on them?
Well, it's like a publicity stunt most of the time, isn't it? Like, their owner slash manager came out today, I think it was, and said that if Billericay lose to Woolston on Saturday in the FA Trophy, then he's going to sack himself. But you can't sack yourself, you resign. You step down. So it's just a weird club.
It'd be an interesting one. Yeah, it'd be an interesting one to follow what happens on Saturday, that's for certain. And in terms of differences, let's look at the differences on the pitch. In terms of the playing style, is there anything you really noticed? Like, is it a bit more physical non-league football, or is there a lot more flair that maybe goes unnoticed, doesn't quite get the credit it deserves?
Yeah, it's a lot more physical. Like, you get players who are more well built and they're more used to most teams you come up against in non-league football, and they're usually physical sides. And in Western's case, we can't play. We don't play that way. Like, we're more get it down on the deck and pass it. And then if teams come to us or we go to them and they try and match us physically, like outdo us in the strength department, then they'll more at nine times out of 10 they'll probably beat us on that day. But if they try and pass it about and try and match us passing the ball on the floor, then we'll probably win because we're better than them at that. And in terms of the pitch as well, there's less space to work with. Like, if you've got a yard of space to work with, then you've got to use it. Whereas in Premier League football, like, if you've got a yard of space, you've usually got time to pick your time and you've got time on the ball. Whereas in non-league football, you don't really have that.
Yeah, and let's talk about the atmosphere side of things. Now, obviously, firsthand, I've experienced some fantastic atmospheres when going to games. Now, have you experienced the same sort of feeling when you've gone to non-league matches?
depends where you go, and it depends what sort of game it is. Say if I find that most atmospheric grounds are obviously, around London, because that's where Western play most of their games. But if it's a derby game, then yeah, there will be an atmosphere there, and it's down to, because it varies differently on how you find turn up at each ground. Like Western get 400 or 500 a game, and the atmosphere is okay at times. It depends how we're doing form wise.
Yeah, and in terms of like the derby side of things and the rivalries, do you think they're a bit more toxic at sort of non-league level, or a bit more sort of heated? I mean, obviously you've got the big ones, Celtic Rangers, the Manchester derby, but like falling away from those, do you think that non-league football has some fantastic derbies that are sort of unmissable?
I couldn't really name any unmissable ones off the top of my head, but I'd say that they're not that heated, because in non-league football, most players stay in the comfort zone. They don't move far away. You stay within like areas. Say like Western's geographical area of finding players is probably Bristol, Bath, and like down towards Devon and Cornwall, and most of the players at this level know each other, in a way. Like they've come through academies together and they've played alongside each other, whether it be for a game or 10 seasons. Most of them know each other, so they're sort of like, in a derby game, you'll get one player who's probably played. You'll get two or three players who have played for the other team, and they won't really commit as much. They won't really go in for many like 50-50s, and they won't go for him crunching tackles, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and arguably one of the sort of, I suppose, real pros going in favour of non-league football is ticket prices. Now, how would you describe those to anyone who's maybe sort of never been to a non-league match?
It's definitely more affordable. Like, if most games in Western's league, like Western are one league below like professional football now, like the National League's like now full-time league, and Western's one below that, and you'll get adult prices for £15 a game, not bad. And if you're a student who's moved to uni, I'd certainly give it a go, because you'll probably get discounts on that at most grounds. That's definitely worth a look at.
And if you was to, I mean, because we're almost running out of time here, if you had to sort of sum up and try and sell non-league football to someone who's just watched Premier League football all their life and never been to their local club or any sort of non-league club at all, how would you sell it to them?
It's less in terms of money. It's more exciting in terms of the way teams play, I'd say. Like, it's usually end-to-end in most games, unless you're dominating. You can stand wherever you want. You can choose where you sit or stand, which is always a plus. Like, you can go behind the goal, along touchline, things like that. Players know you by name, fans know you by name. It's more of a community, really.
Yeah, that was the whistle. But do you want to, if you've got any other points, did you want to just chuck them in before we finish?
I've just finished. No, yeah. I've said all right. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Liam. That was a really interesting insight. As you heard, the full-time whistle was just blown. Leave us your thoughts and comments in the comment section below, would you believe? And be sure to check out, obviously, the various pieces of content we have across our sites, as well as our football predictor at halftimecuppa.com. Now, Liam, let's give you a shout out. How can our listeners follow you on social media?
On Twitter, I'm at Liam Drury 4.
Cool. And are you still involved with the non-league for TFF?
Yes, it's at TFF nonleague.
Excellent. Yeah, give
Follow.
that a follow. So what do you do on that? What's your coverage like on that?
It's been a bit slow recently because not much has happened, but yeah, we usually tweet out match results, transfer news, and things like that. The usual.
Excellent. So if you're looking for a place to sort of keep up to date on non-league action, that's the place to go and check out. And also, I suppose you can maybe even choose your new team to go and support. So if you've not inherited a non-league team, so yeah, thank you very much, there, Liam. I've been your host, Danny Cook, and you've been listening to yet another episode of the Halftime Podcast. Good night.